Hello there, ladies and gents. Okay, so I made this video already, but I uploaded it while I was sleeping, and I looked at it afterwards instead of viewing it before I uploaded it to YouTube, so I could edit it, and it was fuzzy. It was completely unfocused. So I'm doing it outside for our afternoon walk. I ate 3 homemade chocolate chip cookies just now, and some Code Red Mountain Dew, which is my vice. So now my tummy's in a stir. It's not feeling very good, which I shouldn't have done. But, okay, so I took a pregnancy test last night. The first response lined test. And it was obviously quite blank because it was late morning or late evening urine. So it was just, I mean, it also being 11 DPO, it just wasn't working. So I wasn't surprised. I got up this morning. I did another test with dipping. Maybe that's better. Hey, my dog! Hello, everybody! Okay, so, now, I did the test again this morning, and it was blank, like it was stark white. So, stark white, and that's our grapevine. Stark white, and yeah. So I was quite upset this morning. And I even went to my husband and said, we're never going to get pregnant. We're never going to get pregnant. I was just really upset. It was really upsetting because, I mean, it's only 12 DPO. I have 2 more days left until my period. My cramping went away today. I had pretty bad cramps this morning. But I don't know. I just don't feel now like this is the month, even though I was so sure yesterday. But it's so hard when all these little things are like, hey, you could be pregnant because your nails are pretty today, or you could be pregnant because you're extremely tired, or you could be pregnant because you're sick because you ate 3 homemade chocolate chip cookies. So could be anything, really. You know what I mean? I hate those little things. And I'm so sick of going through the notions every month. Like, I'm not going to give up. But I'm so sick of going through the notions. So, I don't really know what to do. Trying to find a place to set it, because it's heavy. But, you know, you just kind of have to trudge on. Next month will mark a year that we've been trying. And a little background about our trying to get baby number 2 story is, last May, the end of May is when my ovulation point was hitting. That was started, we decided in May we would start. So, not gonna work. Okay, so we started end of May 2012, and we got pregnant right away, which was a shock to both of us. Right away, right out the door, front door, we got it. And I was excited, and I was like, oh my god, I took the pregnancy test, and the one that did it was the digital. Because I had taken a few of those tests from earlypregnancytest.com. I had ordered a bunch of those, and I took a bunch of those, as you can quite probably imagine. So, we get some of those, and tasted, and I got a faint one on, faint one on like 11 or 12 DPO, I don't know. And I tested, and it was great, and when I missed the day I was supposed to have my period, I took the test and it was positive. And then it went a week with all my symptoms and everything, and then that was on a Friday. The following Friday, I went to my doctor's appointment for my first prenatal appointment. They gave me a due date. They gave me advice, and the doctor was kind of odd, but she didn't really say anything, which is weird because I thought that maybe they would tell you so that you didn't have to go around thinking you were pregnant. Called the doctor that day. I knew something was wrong once I left because she did an internal exam. That day before I even went there, I started feeling different, like my symptoms started fading away, and I started to get really upset. I'm like, well, maybe this is just part of it, you know, because I don't remember the last time I was pregnant. It was 6 years ago. So I didn't really remember what it was supposed to feel like all the time, or if the symptoms were supposed to go away, because I didn't even know I was pregnant with my son until 2.5 months. So it was pretty crazy. And then called and they said, you're not pregnant. And then I was bleeding excessively after that was on a Friday that I'd gone. I started feeling the multiple. I went to the doctor's appointment. The next night, Saturday, my husband went to his friend's house to play some video games or Halo. And I was having these incredible cramps, like these amazing pains. They were just horrendous, and it felt like contraction pains. And my back was killing me, and I was bleeding like a stuck pig. And it's gonna be TMI, but there was like globs in the toilet, and I'm like, oh my god. So I started crying and freaking out. And I texted him, and I said, you need to come and get me. I think I'm miscarrying. It was so bad. I went into my mother and father-in-law's bedroom, and I was bawling my ass off. Excuse me. And a minute and 25, and then I'll have to continue it on. And I was just bawling my ass off. Like, what's wrong? I think I'm miscarrying. And then my mother-in-law got right up, and she said, I'll drive you in. So I texted my husband. My father-in-law said he'd listen for my son. And she took me to the hospital, told my husband to meet me there. Took me in, like, I just couldn't stop crying the whole time because I just knew. I was just devastated. And we went to the hospital, went through the whole spiel. And that was that. And I had a commission for about a week. Just bleeding and pain, and it was the worst thing I've ever experienced, because I'd never experienced a miscarriage before, of where I knew, I just never knew.